But they've been quizzed for years. We've had politicians for years say shop around. It just doesn't change the concentration formula. If you say this is such a big issue, is there something else you would like to do about it, given you're in charge of competition?
Tom, our focus is on the economy as a whole. Certainly you can point to banking as one example, but that is just one area in the economy where we see significant concentration. We're keen to see more startups in the Australian economy. The startup rate has been falling. The share of employing startups as a share of all businesses has declined. We'd like to encourage that more. Since we've come to office, we've increased the penalties for anti-competitive conduct. We've put a ban on unfair contract terms. We're currently consulting around digital platform services inquiry and also around the issue of unfair trading practices. We understand that we need to have those competition reforms which were so crucial in spurring productivity growth in the 1990s. That link between a competitive economy and a productive one is a really close link. And so the economic basis for competition reforms is that it can deliver higher wages and a more productive economy into the future.
But I mean, is there something more radical coming along or not? Is it something you're sort of working on in the background, or are you just saying let things happen gradually on the competition front, albeit that means very slowly, doesn't it?
Not at all gradual, Tom. Since we've come into office, we've increased those penalties for anti-competitive conduct and banned unfair contract terms. We're moving quickly now to look at digital platforms regulation. Well, in the banking sector, my colleague Stephen Jones is always looking carefully at the settings that we have to encourage competition. Hopefully technology is going to make a difference here in enabling smaller banks to take on some of the bigger incumbents. Previously that's been challenging to do without the branch network. In a world of online banking we ought to be able to see more competitive pressures. We're keen to ensure that. Stephen Jones has also been doing work on scams to make sure that as we see a rise in scams, we're putting pressure on the banks to do the right thing on cracking down on scams.